Hey, today we're going to have a quick look at the coverall dispenser. Now, we've had this for years. We've probably sold, a couple of thousand of these units over the years. Now, just give a little bit of a closer look, some common questions that people ask. Now, first of all, this is manufactured by, 2x2 tubular steel, and it's got a plug at the top just to keep debris from falling down. At the base, we have got a 12 by 12 quarter-inch steel plate. We got 4 half-inch holes in here. Now this is for if you want to drill it and mount it to the floor, mount it to a rack, or mount it to the back of a forklift. And then we have a white disc. Now this goes on the bottom. Sometimes you can use this, it's not necessary. This is for if you have a roll of pallet covers on a 3-inch core and it's pretty flush here, it's a good idea just to have this at the bottom because it allows the roll to slide. Then I put it on here and the roll will slide nicely on the disc and it doesn't kind of get hung up on the steel plate. Now, obviously if you have a roll of covers and you have the core extended out, then you really don't need to use this. You can if you want, but it's not necessary. Now if you've got a big roll and it's pretty heavy of pallet covers or just sheeting, you can put foam or bubble, whatever you want on this thing. Now what I like to do is, if you got an empty core or a core off a roll of tape, something about 2 inches wide or 1 inch wide, just drop it down over the 2x2 steel tube, and what that does is that lifts the roll a little bit off the bottom of the plate and allows it to spin freely. So again, this is the coverall dispenser. It's a 2x2 tubular steel. It's got a cap on the top. It's welded to a 12 by 12 quarter-inch steel plate, and there's 4 holes. So, if you're mounting this near a wrapper, you really only need to knock out 2 screws, screw it to the ground with some Tapcons, and it won't go anywhere. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The product is made here in Florida, and it's powder coated black, so it's not going to scratch easily. If you scrape it with any tools or hit it, it's not going to scratch the paint, damage the paint. So again, it's powder coated black. Coverall dispenser, you can use it with bubble, foam, poly sheeting, top covers, poly bags, and it works ideal. Now with our 60 by 60 pallet covers, these things are perforated on the roll. They just come out. You find the perforation here, and we have them perforated nicely. So once the perforation hits the edge of the roll, it just tears. And then obviously these units are center folded, so it just opens out nicely. And there it is, a 60 by 60 black pallet cover, and we have these in clear and black. And again, coverall dispenser, very simple design, but it works great and it saves your rolls from being tipped over on the ground. Somebody's going to step on it, or rolling around where the people are wrapping pallets.